No, I eat bananas horizontally, not long ways.
Yeah, you just got
like an ear of corn.
You got too skilled at putting it down vertically.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Stokastic.com MLB strategy show. Interesting past several minutes. I sit down, I say hello with a pretty jubilant expression, right? I was pretty stoked. I say, hey, good morning. What's going on, everybody? I feel great. Got a good workout in, 8 a.m., doing my thing. Set my day up right. Josh goes, you're far more energetic than I am this morning. Puts his finger up, doesn't say a word, walks away, comes back, watery eyes, and announces that he has just vomited, but seems to be doing a lot better now.
Boot and rally, baby. Time for the MLB strategy show. What better way to start the day than breaking it down with me?
It just
for
makes
you,
me
I
think,
assume.
just makes me think of when you were doing the morning NFL show at like 9 a.m. drinking Bloody Marys or beers or whatever it may have been.
Probably mimosas, but beers from time to time. Anything I can get my hands on.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought you were doing Bloody Marys.
I'm not a bloody guy, so
they're
that
too
definitely would have been me.
For me.
It's just too much of this. I like 3 sips, and I don't want the rest of it. I'm not a person that could have like 2 huge ones. It's just too it's too repetitive of a flavor for me.
Some people love them as kind of hair of the dog the next morning.
I've never been that person.
They make me feel worse.
I just want to just give me a beer.
I know.
Just give me a cold beer, and I will crush the shit out of that, and that'll get me on my way. That's the only one. There's no alternatives.
No.
Even a mimosa is like hard if I'm hungover.
Well, the problem, listen, fortunately, kids, I guess to some extent are a blessing because I don't get like that anymore. But before it would be, I wake up and I'm just in bad shape, and it could be a Sunday morning during football season. I can't do the Bloody Marys. You can't do liquor because an hour once that wears out, you're done for the day. You'll just go back to bed.
I couldn't even think about knocking a shot back when I wake up.
I can confirm it's not great.
No. Depends what it is, I guess.
One cold light beer is what you have to do.
Yeah, you give me like a Bud Light right out of the fridge. Yeah. I'm in.
But hey, glad to have you guys with us. We got 11 games to talk about today. If you haven't done so yet, greatly appreciated. Atone for your sins this morning. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Goes a long way for us. You ever want to listen in podcast form too? Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You just want to listen with your phone off. You don't have YouTube Premium or something. Any of that. Just remember, it's all out there. It comes up like maybe an hour after this or something, after we're done or less. So yeah, and follow Josh at Josh Engleman. I'm at Loughran_D, LOUGHY_D. And we got baseball to talk about today. I'm running the Sims right now.
I'm in the midst of running mine right now as it just dumps rain on me.
That single lineup sim we ran yesterday, we were on the right track with.
We might not have had the right full pieces from the Reds. We definitely had Ellie though.
And we had Yoshida, who was 4 for 5 too. He had a really solid day, 4 for 5 at the plate. But Renfroe got blanked. Candelario didn't do much. But we were on the right track. I mean, look, you look back at a lineup like that, positively simmed ROI, you go, okay, we're on the right path for sure. I got 2 DMs not long after that. It was really cool to see. We had somebody say, this tool might be the best thing you guys have come up with yet. And then minutes after that, somebody responded. I won't throw their names out there because they might not, whatever. Not going to lie, pretty excited to use this new tool for NFL. And so am I. But we'll rip it again today. We'll see if we can come up with, get some positive simmed ROI. If you guys have any lineups early in the day that you want us to run, we can have Jordan just throw it up on the screen. Just tag the Stokastic handle in chat, and Jordan can run that while we talk. But
by the way, Stokastic logo took down the knuckleball last night, also finished 3rd, and technically a Stokastic person finished 2nd as well. So we cleaned up on the knuckleball.
1st, 2nd, and 3rd?
1st and 3rd visually, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd if you're
talking about like people that actually use the tools.
Yeah. I finished 24th.
Okay. You had a shot.
Yeah. I don't really the lineup was really good heading into the 10 o'clock game. Because it had all of the key Reds pieces, and it had Festa, who crushed.
We had him in our lineup too.
So I had like Otani, who homered.
I'm
Somebody else
looking
did
at
okay.
it. He already tweeted us. That's the Stochastic Hall of Fame.
Oh, I was talking about for me.
Oh, for yours. Well,
yeah.
Here's the thing. Danny Karma tweeted us. Shout out to all the great tools at Stochastic. Can't do this without them. Ring of Honor. Yeah, we'll send that ring out, baby. Congrats, Danny. 50K. He had Festa and Heaney. So the Festa Heaney combination, 2 discounted pitchers, and that got him not only Ellie, but also Otani. The Sims, This was a Sims lineup. Friedel, Fraley, Marte, and then Ketel Marte, who homered, Ty France, and then Gabby Marino. So really nice lineup. It was, am I looking at what, a 5-2-1? 5-2-1 Reds, Diamondbacks, Otani lineup?
Yeah.
So that's a nice lineup.
It is.
It really is funny too. Sometimes, as gross as it feels, you don't actually need to have an expensive pitcher. And yesterday you did not.
No, you did not. When we got to the 10 o'clock, I was cheering aggressively for the Phillies, even though I had 50-something% of glass now. There wasn't anything like true, other than Ellie, there wasn't anything truly crazy to dodge from any of those really early stacks. So I was like, all right, if Philly can just blast Glass now, that's probably better for me than Glass now playing well.
You would have had a clearer path with Philly than a 50% Glass.
Yeah, like if somebody had 15 runs or something earlier, then Glass now is just gonna, keep my money high, but it never mattered. Back today.
We're running, by the way, guys, 25% off. I think we're only going till Wednesday or Thursday on this. 25% off any weekly or monthly data or Sims package. The data package has all of the tools and a light version of the Sims, but also the single lineup simulator that we've been talking about that people are so hyped on, whether that's a week or a month. The Sims package gets you all access to the Sims, lets you run 10,000 lineups or 5,000 lineups, I guess, for baseball in the Sims. But the data package does everything the same. You just run fewer lineups. So you want to check it out. Single lineup Sims or the actual, MME Sims, we'll call it. Danny just took down 50K with it yesterday. 25% off. Big discount right now, weekly or monthly for that data or the Sims package. So links in the description if you wanted to poke around and see which one you like. Jump in the Discord, say what's up, check out all the tools. And if you have questions, please ask us. We want you to be able to use these tools immediately and know what you're doing.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Let's do
pitching today. So, a couple things to talk about. Let me start here. Weather.
Okay.
How worried are we about some of the weather? Yankees looks like the worst. Aside from that, I'm not too worried about anything else.
I'm worried about it for me more than anybody else. We are getting fucking dumped on right now.
Get hit by that tropical storm.
Yeah, dude. I woke up this morning because I have to do one of those workouts outside every day, and I was just like, "Fuck, here we go!" Like I'm gonna have to walk in a torrential downpour today.
Did you do it?
Didn't rain for the 45 minutes that I walked. It's been raining.
Would you have done it in the rain?
If it was just like hardcore pissing rain, then I wouldn't have walked. I would have just kicked it down the line a little bit today and waited for it to lighten up. But if it were just like generally raining, yeah. If it were doing what it's doing right now outside my window, no shot. It would have been like getting hit with a fire hose for 45 minutes.
I mean, listen, man, if you're going to commit.
It rains different here. There's just more water.
And I would assume just the winds coming off the coast as well, right?
Yeah.
Coming off
It would be like, it'd be moving me on foot. And I would be caught, like, it would be bad. But like,
sweet.
If it's just drizzling later tonight, I'm going to do it.
You got to do it. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, it's about to rain in 35 minutes. And I was just like, here we go. Because the final 10 were turning into a jog if that went the wrong way.
Do you agree, though, for these 7 p.m. and later games, Yankees the only one that looks terrible? It does look pretty bad, by the way.
It's going to be not ideal. Luckily, they just, most of these home teams either are in places where water doesn't matter, or they're just not in the sections that are getting bludgeoned right now. It does help sort of that like a lot of this tropical storm is traveling through a path where there just aren't as many MLB teams as like, if this was just sort of ripping through Florida today, then they're all dead. There's the east coast of the US is oddly blank when it comes to baseball teams in the section where the storm is. So we're actually kind of dodging it for the most part.
Yeah, I'm going to get hit with that, I think, like overnight and then into tomorrow.
Okay.
I believe when you and I go to New York on Friday, we're going to be getting hit with the residual pretty heavy from that.
Fun.
Maybe it's a different storm, but it looks like we're getting something. Either way, who knows? Maybe they try and get it in because it's the Angels in New York. I mean, I suppose you could just try and get two games in tomorrow or something. But my guess is that if it's supposed to rain here for me all day tomorrow and all day Thursday and all day Friday, they might just be out of luck. So we'll see. Keep an eye on it. Anyway, get into some pitching.
I haven't looked to see like the shape of everything that's supposed to happen. Oh, good God.
It's not good.
No. 8 a.m. Saturday, the center of what is then going to be a tropical depression is going to be sitting basically on top of Philadelphia.
What day?
Saturday, 8 a.m.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying we're going to get hit with that on Friday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be quite a bit of healthy rain. Fun
Sunny
stuff.
gray. Sunny gray.
9,600.
It's really amazing to see how much this K rate for Tampa has risen. 26.4% against righties. Yeah. I think you and I talked about it Friday or something. Second highest K rate in the league against righties right now. 89 WRC plus, 140 ISO. These are numbers that are towards the bottom of baseball. I mean, Tampa has the same WRC plus versus righties as the Colorado Rockies. The 140 ISO is sandwiched in between the Angels and the Miami Marlins. So this is objectively a good spot in a perfectly reasonable park for Sonny Gray today.
It is. He looks solid. The problem with Sonny Gray today is that we have two guys in the 8Ks that shouldn't be in the 8Ks, and they are projected in a very different way. And
very
it's making
low
it very
8Ks, by the way.
Yeah, making it very difficult. Like, not that it's hard to get to Sonny Gray. He's projected for like 20% ownership. He looks really good, but there are other options that save you a lot of salary that also offer arguably like way bigger ceilings.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it really, and honestly, I don't think Luis Gil even ends up pitching today. And if he does, I think there's so much risk that
I don't know how you roster him today based on everything we know.
It's a shame too, because it's a very good matchup.
Oh, it's a hell of a matchup.
It's a good matchup. And Renifo is out as well, right? Isn't he back on the IL? So that's another guy. I think he is.
I think you're right.
That's another guy that you take out of the lineup. They don't, either way, whatever. We don't have to talk about that right now. We'll monitor it. That's why we have live before lock anyway.
It is. But
Bassett's got a tough spot against Baltimore. Seth Lugo against Boston here. Just looking at some of these other guys. Framber Valdez against Texas, not a good strikeout spot. Even if he limits runs, I don't love that. Grayson Rodriguez has Toronto. You could talk me into that. They don't strike out a lot. They're just not a great baseball team. No. But to me, it is the trio at the top of ownership right now that stands out in a huge way. I think Gil's ownership comes down throughout the day, assuming weather holds up, and it doesn't hold up and gets worse. Yeah. And you just see Pablo Lopez against the Cubs, Luis Castillo against Detroit, and Sonny Gray against Tampa being clearly the three best far and away options on the slate.
Yeah, I'm about to finish up my stuff right now. I've got like a minute or two to go before this final sim is over, but I'm guessing two things. I'm expecting to have quite a bit of Luis Castillo and Pablo Lopez, and I'm assuming I'm stacking against one of them. Feels hard to believe that it's going to be the Tigers. That seems unlikely. Makes me feel like the more likely scenario is that I'm actually going to be getting to the Cubs, who I also don't think look good, but we'll learn that in a minute or two.
You want to hear my pitching exposure right now?
I do. I'll have mine the moment you're done.
And this is me running a unadulterated Sims. So factory settings. I like to do that in the morning. I don't want to inject any bias. I just want to see what I'm getting, right?
I hear you.
62% Pablo Lopez.
Okay.
43% Sonny Gray. 35% Luis Castillo. And 32% Luis Gil. So think about that for a second. What happens if that 32% Louis Heel ownership disappears? I don't have anybody else above 8% right now. And quite frankly, it doesn't bother me. But
No,
I think the Louis Heel ownership, or exposure, let's say this game doesn't play or it's just too risky and I eliminate it. If that 32% goes away, he's in a third of my lineups right now. I don't think it gets redistributed to these guys that I don't have much of. I think more of it just goes to Gray, Castillo, and Lopez because those price points on Lopez and Castillo are ridiculous.
I think you're right. I'm not confident that it just like, obviously like a percentage point or two is going to go to randos and
I'm
stuff.
talking about the bulk of it. Yeah.
My expectation would be that you would just reappropriate that ownership across all of the guys that are already getting it.
Which means that I may end up having like legitimately 3 pitchers today. I have 8% Imanaga. I have 6% Grayson.
Shout out Imanaga for showing up on a slate for us again today.
2 in a row now.
I know. What's happening here? The Cubs must be on a weird road trip.
2 in a row. No, they're at home.
Well, then I have no idea. None of it makes sense.
That game, by the way.
Shit.
Well, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Take a peek at wins in that game.
Wins?
Wins. Not like, yeah, wins that accompany the rain. And
I thought you said wins, like wins and losses. And I was like, I don't know what that, like their records, because I don't give a shit, and I know you don't. So a lot of wind blowing towards the hitter.
20 mile per hour winds.
Good pitcher, 20 mile an hour winds blowing in creates a 6.5 run implied total, and each team at 3 and change.
So how about this?
I have my exposures, by the way.
Yeah. How about this?
Yeah.
And I want to hear them just real quick. That game is now down to 6 in a lot of spots.
Yeah.
6. How often do you think about this for a second?
Never.
Okay. Right. We used to see some of those 6-run total. I don't care who's pitching. This is very unusual to see a 6-run. Now, granted, the over's at -115, but still, I don't know. I don't remember us even talking about a 6-run total this year.
That's very low. You need a confluence of events. You need a park that can handle it. You need the wind factor.
And
70 degrees, so it's not hot. That helps. You need 2 good pitchers, and you need 2 offenses that like are fine too. Like you're never going to get that with. It's going to be a lot harder with like the Dodgers. It's a lot easier with the Cubs and Twins.
For sure. So I can see why I'm getting a little bit of Imanaga, but I also see why I'm getting 62% Pablo Lopez. The total is it? Go ahead.
Is that it? Only 62?
Yeah, that's a decent amount. Oh, you got. I see where you're going with this.
Seems light.
Both teams, by the way, 3.1 run implied totals. All right, fire away. You set it up.
I have 74% Pablo Lopez.
So we're there.
He's second. Castillo 83.
So not a lot of Sonny Gray.
7. I have 157% of Castillo and Lopez.
So you're left. Okay, so you're left with 43% for the remaining.
Yeah. One pitcher is taking 19% of that.
Is it Imanaga?
Luis Heel. So it might get worse.
You might have 190% between 2 pitchers.
I'm gonna have 150 lineups of Castillo Lopez.
Luis Heel looks good. That's the thing. Like he looks good tonight, but I don't see that weather seems to be a real issue.
I'm fascinated by this because this is all of my exposures are running in the face of how they normally end up. I'm really curious what this ends up looking like because I'm obviously jamming chalk pitchers, which is fine. Like that happens. I don't play a lot of like scrap heap stuff. I play the best pitchers as much as I can. My highest exposed stack is 28% of the Mets in cores, who are already very clearly the top stack and twice as owned as every other team. So I'm jamming chalk Mets hitting chalk Castillo, chalk Lopez. The extremes of this data must be so high if it's taking my process and still giving me the things that it like naturally never does.
Right. The problem is it's totally erroneous pricing.
Yeah.
And the pricing, the pricing on Pablo Lopez is only exacerbated by the win. Right. So,
Right. Yeah.
like, let's say that the wind was there was no wind. Pablo Lopez still looks good.
Yeah, but he's like 30% owned instead of 40.
Exactly. Jordan, I'm going to ask you to do something we don't typically do here. Some of you guys will be appreciative of this, but it's for selfish purposes. No, actually, it's so we can kind of all envision what's going on here. Can you let's run a FanDuel sim. I want to see,
Cool.
well, I want to see what it looks like with the pricing, because the pricing on DraftKings is wild, but I still think you're going to get a ton of Pablo Lopez. Like, he's 10K. This is why I asked, Josh. He's 10K. Sonny Gray's 10.4. Luis Hill is 10.2. And Castillo's 9,700. So from the bottom to the top of that is only a $700 difference. Whereas on DraftKings, if you're looking at the difference in pricing from between those four, you've got what? A $1,600 separation between Gray and Castillo.
Yeah. Yeah, that chasm is just I mean, I have Lopez and Castillo projected for like a couple fantasy points ahead of Sonny Gray. When you have situations like that where these like honestly like mid-tier prices are projected better than top-tier prices, it creates this funnel. And that's exactly what's happening right here.
Let me put a little something into perspective real quick for you, because I know Pablo Lopez, not the greatest year. I also do believe he's been one of, if not the most unlucky pitchers in baseball.
Yeah.
He's also been so much better recently. Like, outside of one bad start over the last, month and a half, dude's been great.
Yeah.
He's been good. He's back to doing what he's been good. 3.1 total for the Cubs doesn't lie. He is $400 less expensive than Colin Rea today. Okay. He is $500 more than Jonathan Cannon.
Wait.
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was on FanDuel for that.
No. I didn't say wait for that. In my mind, I was like, how the hell is Jonathan Cannon pitching today? Didn't we just talk about this dude? But
yeah,
he ended up
I
not
got
being
it
the
all
starter
wrong.
yesterday.
Real quick, I was looking at FanDuel pricing, so I got all of that wrong. But still, the point stands here. Like, Tyler Mahle is $400 less than Lopez. Jeffrey Springs is 7,300. Lopez is 8K. Colin Rea is 71. He's 8K. They shouldn't be that close. If he's 8K, those guys should be 6,000. Which leads me to the question.
That's sort of the problem. The price is it's what you're leading to. The price of Castillo and Pablo Lopez negates everybody below them.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
I mean, here, I'm going to read off the ownership of the guys below Pablo Lopez. So 8K or below. Yep. 3, 3, 1, 4, 2, 2, 6, 3, 3, 3, 1, 5, 5. Like, we're nothing. Zilch. Nada. It's hard to justify anybody below Pablo Lopez because you're giving up so much per dollar.
So much. I would love to try to make the arguments for some of these guys, but I can't. There is one, and it's probably just Kiter Montero, because it's a great park. Well, I mean, he's $5,400. He's not, to me, he's like the same vein as Roger Munoz. Not very good, but
you can have Montero. I'll take Stripling.
That's fine. I mean, it's all the same.
We're talking about the same thing here.
Stripling's what, 5,900 against the White Sox?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll be honest though, I don't trust rostering anybody named Ross.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just the name Ross doesn't make me think they're going to succeed.
You don't like people with the name Ross?
How do you think about Ross Geller, Friends? He was very clearly the worst Friends character. Not even close.
Yeah, he wasn't
Universal.
great. Can you do me a favor and guess Cal Raleigh's splits from a home run standpoint? No, hold on. I'm gonna give you context. He has
Okay.
23 home runs.
Okay. 23 home runs. It's obviously, I'm assuming it's extreme. See, this sucks because he's a switch hitter. So, like, I don't know which side he hits from better. 23 home runs. Let's go 18 and 5.
Home and road, or wait,
Yeah.
where are
Oh,
the
not lefty righty splits.
no, home and road.
Oh. Uh 23 home runs. Let's say he hit 17 of them on the road.
Close. 19 home runs on the road, 4 at
Okay.
home. I
Okay.
know it's
I thought you were asking me how many hits like lefty
gotcha.
versus righty, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I don't have
Now
a clue."
that's
And then I
not
saw
fair.
I remembered he was a switch hitter. I was like, "This is just a random question."
I don't care where you play though. Those are crazy splits.
That's a big that's a big split. Oh my God, Peter, you need to go to a spelling class aggressively. That is not how you spell Phoebe. You barely got letters right.
That's
There's not even
awesome.
there aren't any I's in Phoebe, and you use 2 of them.
Hey Peter, what's up, brother?
The only letter you got right was B.
That's a weird name, man.
The only letter you got right was B. And I'm pretty sure there's only one.
But did you know who he was talking about?
Well, when it said Phoebe was the worst, I had fucking no clue. I had to think about it a little bit. I
It
got
is.
there, but
It is Phoebe. You're right. That's good stuff.
4 of the 5 letters you used incorrect. That's tough to do on a human name with only 6 letters. It's not like it's some German dude, some Russian guy, Olanoskovich or something like, I can sit Phoebe, 6 letters. 5 of them incorrect.
It's awesome. That made my day because it's such a short name. It's
All right, let's see. Phoebe, F, I, fucking, oh. Can I have the nation of origin, please? Use it in a sentence. Phoebe sang Smelly Cat at the cafe.
all right. All right. Let's go. It's such a short word.
Dude, you might as well have spelled it Rachel or Monica. Holy shit.
It's so good. Like Feebi would have been closer.
Yeah. Oh, Feebee. Hell.
All right. Oh God.
Oh, yeah. Phoebe Cates, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. When she comes out of the pool.
Oh, fast
That,
times.
yeah, that Phoebe Cates.
Oh, phobe. Yeah, that's a great one. All right.
It's
I don't
incredible
think we
that
can.
that was if that happened now, you'd never even know the scene existed. But it happened at a time where everybody's like, all right, well, I guess we need to try to copy 3 seconds of this so we could all crank it to Fast Times at Ridgemont High for the next 10 years.
For sure.
Like,
And I
like
certainly
there's no
have.
Pornhub on your phone in 1981 or whenever
Oh,
Fast
yeah.
Times came out. Like that scene was like you heard everybody finish when she got out of the pool.
I would have been one of them. I'll
Yeah.
tell you,
They probably registered that on seismographs across the
I
country.
still I still remember the music when she comes out of the pool too.
God, yeah.
Right?
Hmm. I might watch that today. I'm gonna shit else to do in the rain.
It's a good one. Poor what's his name? Pumping off in the bathroom with a pirate hat on. Just that poor guy.
What a great movie.
Lock the door. Woo! All right. I don't actually think I don't actually think we need to talk more about pitching right
No, like obviously you can play Sonny Gray, he's 20% owned. You play Imanaga, he's 15% owned. I don't expect Luis Seal's game to happen, or at the very least, even if it does happen, it makes you very nervous for starting pitching. You know what? I'm really surprised that more teams in these situations, like with this weather, they shouldn't even try to start Luis Seal. It should just immediately be a bullpen game.
Yes, without question. And
And
who
let's just
knows?
like, all right, Heel's pitching tomorrow. We're bumping everybody. We're going to a bullpen game. I don't know why they don't do that. Like in a situation where it's just like, this is going to be like Luis Seal's not throwing 6 innings in a good start.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it either. But
But you
maybe
never
they
really see it. You never really see anybody just be like, all right, we're scratching our starter.
or the game, or there's just the game. I see what you're saying. It's good. This game just doesn't play.
Yeah.
I
But
just,
like we were saying though, it's Castillo and Lopez. Look, if you want to throw a flyer on somebody below it, that's fine. Like, these guys are going to all be like 3 to 4% owned, but we hit on the guys that are going to be getting most of the ownership, and it is well deserved.
I'm looking at this. So this is not the tropical storm. This is coming. This is moving like southeast, but it's looks like a pretty big system. I don't know. I'm not going to waste the rest of the show on this. We'll know. We'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know.
Yeah. Look, watch live before luck.
But to your what you were just what you were just saying, and to where I'm at right now, like let's say everything stands and nothing changes dramatically. It's 4 pitchers for me, and then high single digits of like Shota Imanaga and 6% Grayson Rodriguez, but Lopez, Gray, Castillo, Heel for me. For you, it's what? Castillo, Lopez, Heel.
Yes. Castillo, Lopez, Heel.
I have a homer play for today.
I have one already in Dinger Tuesday.
So do I. It's Dinger Tuesday, so on FanDuel, put a $25 bet on a homer for any game, and if it hits, you win. But every other homer in that game, you get $5 in bonus bets for. So even if it doesn't hit and there's 5 homers in that game,
yeah,
you got your money back.
Yeah, it's a great deal. You're like, if it hits, you win.
Yeah.
No
I was leading that. Yeah. Give me Spencer Steer plus 630 on FanDuel against Max Meyer. That's a 6 p.m. game, but I like that spot.
I went Josh Bell. No, I didn't. Or maybe I did. I don't remember now. I went Josh Bell.
You did. Yep. You went Josh Bell. I went Steer. Anybody else?
I had a couple really decent values on the Diamondback side. Might not be the banana, by the way.
Wow, you got a puke again?
No, Katie ate one.
And she's fine?
Yeah. They were on their last legs, those bananas. But I don't think that's how bananas work.
So you feel fine now?
Yeah, totally fine. As if it didn't happen.
Weird.
Oh, I just realized that I probably booted up my like fish oil and vitamin D and
that's gone.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Let's see. Anybody else here? Steven said D-backs game has shaky weather too. Yes, it does, but
it sure does.
Not on the slate.
Well, that was my Josh Bell homer pick.
What's that?
That was the Josh Bell homer pick.
Oh, he's referring to that. Got you. Okay. We'll see. I'll throw a $10 parlay as we always do on this. We just need one more. Or since I
see what's happening now.
What's wrong?
No, I wasn't paying attention to the fact that we were building out this home run parlay. So now when you ask me like if I had any other lines, I was just answering casually, not actually looking. Now I could actually look. I looked at Corbin Carroll. He was one of them that I looked at today, but then I ended up going to Josh Bell. I had Yainer Diaz yesterday. Apparently, I still like the value today. I have positive value on plus 310 for Yordan Alvarez.
Okay.
Tyler Mahle. on the hill on the opposite side for the Rangers.
I don't mind Alvarez, especially considering we could use a semi shorter odds prop because both of ours are, longer odds for sure.
Yeah.
Let's throw it in there. So that gives us Spencer Steer for Cincinnati. Best odds there on FanDuel. That's why I picked that one. I could have gone Ellie, but just way better odds on BetMGM and other spots. That gives us plus 18,456. So bet 10 to win 1,800, Josh.
Sounds good. I went 0 for 3 yesterday.
It happens. I just locked that in, by the way.
I loved my picks. That's the thing that bums me out. Like,
it's always whenever you feel good about them is usually when none of them hit.
yeah. Well, I felt better yesterday about the 3 picks that I got out of OS Live than I did on any of the shows that I've done so far. None of those guys homered.
Einstein.
I almost took Bregman over Diaz, and that fucker homered.
Yep, that's how it goes. Einstein said, "Will Houston remember how to score runs today?" Probably not, but here we go. Aaron,
as long as Alvarez scores 1 with his own bat, that's really all that matters.
Yeah. Aaron Lilly, will the White Sox ever win another game? Yeah, 21 straight ties the record, huh?
God damn, their losing streak can go out and get a beer now.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's so putrid. Especially in baseball, too.
Yeah.
Like you're not as surprised to hear it in the NBA. It's like, oh, look, we just don't have the talent, 2 injuries. You just get
baseball, you should get lucky.
Yeah, you're just gonna like randomly run into some shit from time to time. There's so much more variance in the sport. It's so much like to lose 21 in baseball is disconcerting.
I watched enough Sixers during the rebuild to know that like when you don't have the talent, you're just not winning.
No, you're dead in the water. In those situations, like, you're dead in the water. You need that team to really not care when they face you. In baseball, you could just be getting like the 5th starter on the opposite side.
Hold on. Tristan Ward said insulin spike from the banana if it was overripe. He could be right. Could be right.
I have not been spiking my insulin as of late.
Was it the first thing you ate all day?
Yeah.
Yeah. He could be
but
right.
Like I eat a banana pretty regularly in the morning to start the day in that same situation. So
for sure, but it could. Yeah, I don't. All right, so we locked that in. Let's take a look at Jordan. Pull up the FanDuel Sims real quick, and just go to pitcher exposures for me. So. Obviously single pitcher, Josh, but Pablo Lopez almost 30%, Sonny Gray. Wait, no, Jordan, is that 38.7 or 28.7? And then 32.7? All right, so over 70% between Lopez and Gray. So not much is different on FanDuel, dude.
I'm going to relay a message from our Discord. mshort09 tagged me. He has a lineup for us to check in the simulator.
Sweet, let's do it.
Okay. I just got tagged in it 3 minutes ago. So
for those of you guys that maybe haven't been watching this week or whatever, or the end of last week, one way that we've found now that we have the new single lineup Sims tool where we can hand build it out and then run it and sim it, as we would do with the main Sims, but this is a single lineup Sim for those of you like single entry 3 max or the people that love hand building lineups. This has gotten me back into loving it as well. We talk through stacks while we build out a lineup. So we can build multiple of them. We have time today, which is kind of nice. And still 50 or 25% off, guys, the data or Sims package a week or a month. If you've been on the fence, you want to check it out, you saw this tool, you're like, hey, you know what? That's actually something I would love to use. It's included in the data package, so you don't need to go all the way up to the Sims package unless you want to. Danny from yesterday, who took down 50K, is probably happy he did, but link to all of that in the description. So how do you want to start, and what stacks do you like most before we even dive in? What do you like most?
Before we get there, Jordan, can you pull that graphic back up for 1 second for the promo? Lofty, you're looking at that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's like a half brother of Jordan?
Kinda.
You see a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, not as much as Kim Jong-un when he has the haircut.
I mean, I thought I was being pretty nice with this like casual baseball comp. You could take this whatever direction you want to go.
I'm not the one that started that. That was Spags.
Well, pour one out for Spags.
Also accurate.
Yeah, it was Spags and Adam. Wink, wink.
Where do you want to start? Like, do
And
we have to start with
Robot Eric.
Yeah. Do we
Nah,
have to
that's a
start
deep.
at Coors?
No one gets that one. That's a deep cut, but no one will get it. You want the lineup from M Short?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so it's going to be holy shit, Molly and Rodriguez at pitcher.
Well, can pretty much tell you where this is going. But let's try it. Maybe not.
Yeah. All right. Adley Rutschman. Oh, by the way, Jordan, is the live before lock thing where Greg spells it to you a gimmick, or are you just actually illiterate? Okay, he's a piece of shit. Got it. Rayleigh. Yeah, if you're going to be spelling this like Peter Wasaki, man, we're never going to get this lineup built. I'm assuming first base. Yeah, I'm assuming you gave me this in order. We'll find out, though. Jackson Holiday.
God, how do you think he spells
just go with Holiday.
Think he spells Philadelphia?
Fill. Moore is the next name. I'm guessing Dylan.
Well, there's already a Seattle guy, so it's probably Dylan Moore.
Yeah. Gunnar Henderson, Anthony Santander, Jimenez. That's going to be a J, and I'm not saying that to be a dickhead. J-I. Yeah. Maybe not. Oh, it's GI. He gave me the wrong Jimenez, assuming that it's Andres Jimenez from the Guardians. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but that's at least a Jimenez that's playing. He should be. Yeah. You good?
From what team?
Well, I just assumed that he was trying to say that, but I don't. I think the Jimenez that he's picking isn't in. You think he's going for Eloy?
It's got to be. It's Baltimore.
Not in the lineup for us, though. Right?
Not in the lineup. Yeah. But yeah, that's the problem. Like if you just get rid of Hyde 0, Eloy pops up.
Let's just do this. Let's just give Eloy a minute. Yeah,
give him like 6.
I was gonna go a little bit higher than that, like 7-1 maybe.
Really? Okay, give him.
Just based on where I had the rest of the Baltimore projections,
and
make his ownership 3.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
it's nice that you can do that too. Make those manual tweaks.
And then Haniger.
What's that?
I'm giving Jordan the last name. Correct.
So what do we have? A 5-3 Baltimore, Seattle?
It appears.
Did you run it?
Yeah, go 25. We'll test this bad boy out.
And you know, we didn't really talk about it much, but there is Coors on this slate.
I have more of that game than anything else.
Monster total for the Mets today.
M Short, if you're watching the show, and I assume you are, go ahead and go back to the drawing board. And I don't think I don't think the Eloy Jimenez projection is the driver of this one.
Also, we need to fix the color coding for the positives and negatives.
Yeah, you should put that. You should just message the product.
That should be red if it goes below 0.
Yes, 100%.
Because you might see that at first and be like, "Oh, nice green," and then you see that little.
Yeah, no. We need to I'm gonna drop a message in there right now so I don't forget.
All right. So my stack exposure right now, I'm getting a lot of Oakland again. Oakland, Colorado, New York Mets, and Yankees. Here's what I'd like to do. I want to try building out. I'm not gonna add Yankees to this just because it's a game that I don't think is, I think it's a problem. I want to try and do some type of like 5-2-1, 5-3 Oakland, Colorado Mets. Between some of those. We don't have to do all three of those teams. Let's try to make a
Okay.
5-man Oakland stack.
Let's do it.
All right.
They are the number 11 stack for me, number 5 in value. I do have 7% Oakland.
Let's try it.
Okay. Man, they're a terrible stack, so this is fun.
What's that?
Outfield, 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 outfield. 1, 2, 3, 4.
They make it difficult, but shouldn't be impossible because you have Langoliers, who's 4,300, has power. Like, I mean, out of the gate, I'll tell you the 3 guys I want. Okay.
I have 3 as well. Well, I have 4. So I'm curious. I hope we overlap.
Well, I want Lawrence Butler leading off against a righty.
100% agree.
Okay.
In.
I want Brent Rooker as well. Now
In.
he's expensive.
Ooh, okay. That wasn't one of mine. So, but I'm fine with it.
Okay. And Langoliers. However, I'm not picky about this because you're gonna have some cheap like I'm not even against Max Schumann at 2,400 at shortstop. The positional eligibility is weird here, but I think it's still doable because you have some cheap bats. I love Andahar as well, batting second. So and JJ Bleday's fine. So who do you like?
I wanted Butler, Bleday, Langoliers, Seth Brown, and then I would have went anywhere else. That's 1, 3, 5, 6, 3 lefties plus a catcher, and then I would take something else. I was leaving Rooker out at 5,900 just to see if we could overload everywhere else.
Let's try it. So wait, hold on. Butler, Bleday, Langoliers. You said Seth Brown, right? He's dirt cheap, batting sixth.
And then I'm happy for either Toro or Geloff. I don't have much of a preference between the two. Toro's going to be hitting from the left side, at least against Cannon, switch hitter. You get second or third, gives us a little bit more flexibility moving forward.
You like him over Andahar?
I'd rather just not take another outfielder.
Okay, fair enough. I'm fine with that. We'll do Andahar at second or third.
Let's leave that up for debate for right now.
Okay, I'm gonna just plug him in the second, just so we have.
Oh no, you mean Toro?
What did I? Yeah. Sorry, Toro.
Yeah. We could put him at second or third, but we could leave that distinction for a second.
I'll put him at second for now.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if we need a placeholder, that's fine. We can move him around. It's not a big deal.
Lopez
so with the A's being relatively low owned, we can probably look to like a 2-man Mets stack or something.
Sure. Hold on. Let me see if we have Lopez and Castillo in here. Let me see what we're working with. 5,400 for our final 3.
Yeah.
And we have the Lindor spot as well if we want it.
Yeah, let's lock that down then, Jordan. Let's lock down Castillo and Lopez at pitcher.
Lindor looks fantastic here.
I think we go Lindor, Vientos.
What do we have? Is Vientos batting 7th?
6th.
Right?
4,500, third base eligible, huge ISO, lefty on the hill.
Yeah, love it.
So then we need a first baseman for how much? 4,500?
No, 59. Wait, first baseman was Seth Brown.
Yeah, first baseman is Seth Brown. Take Lawrence Butler out of that lineup, Jordan.
No. Take Andahar out and leave Butler. We liked Lawrence Butler.
Oh, I guess we liked Lawrence Butler.
I said I want Lawrence Butler leading off, and you said absolutely. So.
Oh, I was thinking of Rooker. My bad.
You're good. All right, so we should have 59. There you go. All right, 59 remaining
for any outfielder.
Yeah, I mean, I feel yeah, okay. Let me get out of this Mets Colorado game. See what we have.
In theory, it could be Brent Rooker.
Yeah, we just have to remove another A.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if there's anybody else at the top that's a very obvious option.
I mean,
And
Ozuna against
yeah,
Colin Rea is never
yeah,
bad.
yeah, just put Ozuna in for right now. I mean, we're talking about a high level hitter there.
Yeah,
And if this one is great, cool. If not, we know where we can pivot. I think this is going to be a positive ROI lineup.
I hope. I think it is. I'm gonna say 41%. Oh no,
21.
I just got it.
It's negative, isn't it?
No, but it's not.
13. All right.
It makes you wonder, like, what if
I think one of the pitchers could be an interesting swap.
you could do a pitcher swap? See, this is what's so fun about this damn tool is now I'm just like trying to get it perfect, you know?
I kind of want to drop one of the pitchers and go up in salary and then bring Ozuna down.
Well, hold on. If you took Blade out, put Brent Rooker in, you still have 3,700 in the outfield.
Take out, so swap Blade for Rooker.
You could swap Blade for, well, sorry, take Blade out, take Ozuna out, because you'd
Okay.
have to take Ozuna out as well.
Yeah.
And then
Rooker.
And then put Rooker in. You still have 3,700 at a deep outfield position.
All right, let me look and see who I have as my best outfielder, 3,700 or below.
Yeah, do that.
Alex Verdugo is 3,300. Technically, I have Tyrone Taylor, but we're saving. It's too much savings, I think. Let's go Verdugo.
Okay.
But Tyrone Taylor is like the overwhelming guy, which would be
I think we should go
interesting.
Tyrone. I think Tyrone Taylor's the answer over Verdugo, and we leave.
Okay, we're gonna leave like 700 on the table, but that's not.
I
a
don't
problem
actually
either.
hate that. Castillo and
No.
Lopez are so underpriced that it just doesn't really
It's
matter.
It's a much more unique lineup construction, but
I actually like this a lot. We have the 1-2-6 for the Mets. Oh, 53%. Let's go. Let's go. There we go. We cracked the code, baby.
I do want to try one thing on top of this one.
Okay.
Which pitcher would you rather take out, Castillo or Lopez?
Oh, and by the way, if you go back, you hit that arrow on the left, this like your lineups will be in there that you ran. So if you want to like save those. So ask me that again.
Lopez or Castillo? Which pitcher would you rather get rid of?
Castillo, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. So let's get rid of Castillo and go up in salary. Who do you want to go to?
I was going to ask you that, but is it doable? I mean, it's Rodriguez or Luis Heel. I mean, we could assume that game is okay and go to Heel. I think that's the answer. We haven't projected significantly higher than Grayson Rodriguez.
Here's what I want to try. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. Give me your pick.
Heel.
Okay. Put in Luis Heel in place of whatever pitcher. So are we over by 200 or under by 200?
Nope, we're under. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, run that. I want to see if it's any different. This is the same lineup, but we just cut pitcher ownership.
I think it's going to be even better because he projects higher and he's getting less owners. He projects higher than Pablo Lopez, and he's getting.
I'm very intrigued by it. There you go.
Man, that's a heck of a lineup right there. Yeah,
that's good shit.
Yeah, it is. You know, I'm looking at this on the 150. So all the 10,000 lineups in the contest generator that are simmed, and then you star 150 of them. For me right now, this would be a top 20 lineup.
When you're good, you're good.
Pretty good, man. You guys have any stacks you want us to try? Throw them out there. We still have a few minutes to go. You have any stacks you want us to run in this? We can build them out. I'm saving this one.
Jordan, swap Lopez to Castillo. So we still have the money for it.
This stuff's addicting.
Right? We're still good?
Yeah, we're going to zero it out. Yep.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is going to this should be incremental if anything.
I see what you're doing here. It makes a lot of sense.
74.
Woo! We just keep climbing the ladder.
Where does 74 list for you now?
Oh, all right. 74 would list 8th. You realize that that's 8th out of what, 5,000 lineups that are in here?
Goddamn right.
Shit. That is something else. All right. Pretty cool.
And by the way, they're updating the it'll be in the release today. Negative ROI will be red moving forward.
Well, we don't have to worry about that right now.
I only build dark green, baby. Hey, M Short, take some notes.
Interesting how going to Rooker there,
Yeah.
right? Getting rid of Blade, going to Rooker, and then just going to a cheap Tyrone Taylor. Sweet.
Yeah. Dude,
See anybody from chat have anything?
That shit's good, yo.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of that build from us.
All right, hold on. A couple people gave us some things here. Yeah, I'm proud of that too. That feels good. Especially since we got it from like 50 to 60 to 74. All
yeah,
right,
we saw what the incremental places were to continue to improve.
Well, that's the cool thing. I think if you've been doing this a decent amount, like you can see where it can get better and then try to improve it there. You know, like you could,
yeah.
The fact that we just kind of arbitrarily threw Ozuna in there.
Okay, let's build one more. Let's try to be relatively quick about it. I think you'll like my thought process here.
We will, but let's take a look. What chat gave us a bunch of names. So if you scroll up a little bit, there's a ton of different stacks in there. See?
Oh yeah.
See anything?
This is leading me sort of towards the same thing because we probably got a recommendation of every single team. Do we want to pick a team that like on the surface doesn't grade out well and see if we can pull something from it?
Are there any teams recommended that don't grade out well?
Define recommended.
By the chat.
Oh, probably all of them if I had to guess. I don't know. Let me find the team that I think would be the most ridiculous to get to.
How do you not love this guy?
Me?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Probably all of them if I had to guess.
Just...
I think we should try the Phillies.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have them.
They're really
fine. I mean, they're 3% owned. Yeah. Yeah, let's do the Phillies.
Let's try Phils. Okay. And a bunch of people recommended them. And then after we do that, let's see what we can round it out with. It just makes more sense that way.
So I assume we want to start with a focus on the righties against Kershaw?
Yes. Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So then let's immediately grab Trey Turner and Alec Boehm.
Mm-hmm.
And Real Muto.
Yep. And then
they're going to be expensive.
What's Castellanos cost?
Castellanos is 3,900 at outfield.
I think you have to do that batting sixth.
So that's 2, 4, 5, 6. Do you want one of Schwarber or Harper?
Yes, absolutely.
Which one?
It doesn't matter, but you have to try to get one of them in there.
I would prefer Harper.
Okay.
All right. So one of our pitchers
just to keep some outfield open.
Yep. And if we find out that that's not going to be great, then we swap back over to Schwarber from Harper.
All right. No, I'm cool with it.
Which pay down pitcher would you like to roll the dice on?
Because we're going to have to.
My answer earlier was Stripling. If you want it to be Montero, I have an equal amount of both.
It's up to you because I see them pretty much the same. We have Kiter Montero projected for an extra point.
Okay, let's use Montero then.
Let's go Montero, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm fine with either one of Castillo or Lopez.
I'm going to go Lopez because we might actually need that $200.
Okay. So what do we have now available?
We have 3,900 still. Not bad.
Okay. I feel like we should avoid the Mets, but we don't have to.
We don't have to. By the way, if you guys don't
we're
mind,
so low owned right now with one of the pitchers and the stack that like the Mets make sense.
If you guys are still watching, you don't mind, hit that thumbs up. It goes a long way for us. We forget. Just a subtle reminder. Help us get to 100. We got 64, but there's still 250 people in here. So, if you're still hanging out, thanks for being with us here. What are you
Second
thinking?
outfield. Yeah, like Jose Iglesias is the Mets' second base option. That feels unnecessary right now, even in a good spot.
I
An
agree.
8-hole second baseman, I don't love. I don't
Kansas
think the
City's
Mets really fit this.
Kansas City's kind of tough too, because it's not a good homer park, and so many of these guys are so dependent on that. They're just not. They're cheap. That's the reason I bring it up. Like Renfro, MJ Melendez, those guys are cheap. They're outfielders.
Okay.
Second base is Garcia leading off. He's 4,700.
I've
I don't know.
got a 2-man combo that will fit in here pretty well for our salary, and it is a highly owned. And do we want to go Alex Verdugo leading off for the Yankees at 3,300, lefty righty against Davis Daniel, and then Gleyber Torres, who is slotted in the 7-hole, but $3,600 second baseman.
I kind of like that. Davis Daniel has homer problems for sure. He's not. Yeah. And obviously right now we're assuming this game plays with that last lineup we had. If it doesn't, you're just swapping Luis Heel for
Something else,
Lopez or Castillo.
So we have 443. Is that what I see, or 42?
We have 47 remaining.
Is that what I can't see those numbers on the screen.
I mean,
so
I'm plugging it in on my end. So yeah.
Okay. 47 for any outfielder, right?
Yeah.
That's a good place to be. Best $4,700 outfielder, Charlie Blackmon.
I was going to say Blackman's by far. Actually, I think far and away in that place, it's Charlie Blackmon in that price range.
I'm not confident that this one is going to be good. My goal is just positive.
The goal is also to see to see what we're getting.
Yeah. Because nobody's going to talk about a Philly stack today.
Real quick, let me just see. Pablo Lopez, we have projected there. Like Castillo. Okay, so we do have him projected higher than Castillo. I was seeing if there's anything we can do with that $300.
Let's go, baby.
Not bad.
No, not at all. M Short responded to our critique of his lineup. He said, "I'm at work and threw that lineup together haphazardly, but thanks for confirming I'm bad at DFS."
No, man, you're at work. You threw it together haphazard. But happy to do that whenever, man. Happy to run these. This stuff can be helpful for anybody. One more thing before we go. We'll get out of here right now. I want to keep the 5 Phillies, keep the pitchers, and I just want to try a different secondary stack.
Okay.
I want to try it.
The Yankees and Blackmon. Okay.
I like that. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see if there's. I wanted to see if we could do Colorado, like Brendan Rodgers.
Well, then, do we want to keep Blackmon then?
Yeah, we'll keep Blackmon. Well, now that I'm thinking of it, sure. But do we have anything? We do. We have
Blackmon. So then we need
Bryant.
second base outfield.
I mean, you could go Chris Bryant, Brendan Rodgers, and Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, do it. Bryant, Rodgers, Blackmon.
I think it's going to be negative because you've got these two middle bottom of the order guys.
I think it's probably going to be pretty comparable to what we just had.
I think the difference is the cheap leadoff guy for the Yankees.
It helps.
Right?
I'm going 18-3.
Oh, okay. So not crazy, but
no,
could be worse. Anyway,
Odd Shopper Live coming up next on the Odd Shopper YouTube channel.
That's right. Appreciate you guys. Always fun. Jackass, did you guys start the stochastic daily tournaments? You know what? We got to do that. I really should set something up. It was All-Star break, and then we just came back and yeah. Anyway,
it happens.
We'll see you guys back here for the next one. Go check out Josh, Odd Shopper Live. It's on X. It's on YouTube on the Odd Shopper channel. Come hit us up on Twitter, say what's up, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Either early live before lock or strategy show. You'll know where to find us. Have a good day, guys. Peace.